2021 Whittier case. Again, this will be a judgment case that we took over because they couldn't get it through the court. 4 kids. Husband wasn't working, but they still wanted to have a child support order, which we were able to do, even though the child support calculation would not reflect any child support due. The court. So that was number one. So the husband was working previously, but just happened to not be working currently and was expected to be working again in the future. So they based the child support off of what he was able to earn when he was working, knowing he's going back to court, because they didn't want to submit a settlement agreement that had no child support on it. They definitely wanted there to be child support. So we had to run a calculation based on the numbers that husband was previously earning and expected to re-earn when he got reemployed. So the child support order would be in place already. So when he did go back to work, he would just start paying the child support at that time, as opposed to doing a reserved child support order now because there was no income, and then updating the settlement agreement later. They just wanted to get that built in. So we took care of it in that fashion. Other issue with this Whittier case, and this is why I like filing all of my cases downtown LA, because they have a standard process across the board. With this Whittier case, and the only reason I have these Whittier cases and Pasadena cases and other branch courts other than non-downtown Central Stanley Mosque is because they started on their own. And so I'll take all comers, all counties, all branch courts in LA County, especially, and we'll have to finalize them on that case. So that's why I have some of these cases, even though if you start with me from scratch, I am going to file your case downtown LA for this. This is one of those issues. So because this was an older case, the respondent no longer lived at the address used when the case was filed. So I did a change of address for them. And because we filed that change of address, the court was trying to consider that as an appearance by the respondent and saying, by filing this form, you need to pay the $435 court fee because the respondent had not paid their fee. Response is not required on a default with written agreement. The default means no response was filed. We do that to save our clients money. So I said, that's fine. We're just going to use the old address for the respondent. I removed the change of address form from being filed, so it wouldn't trigger that. And by the way, Whittier, that shouldn't trigger a court fee. This is a change of address form. It's not an appearance form. It's not a stipulation. It's not a first appearance to change your address. I've never had a court ask for the court fee on that, but we'll play your silly game and we'll just put the old address. It doesn't matter in the end because everything's e-filed with Whittier and all the LA County courts. So nothing's going to that address anyways. So I just told the client, hey, we're just going to remove the change of address. I'm going to put all your old address information used on the initial filing in 2021. And guess what? It was approved because they didn't want the fee. So had this person done this on their own, they probably would have said, shoot, now I got to pay the $435 fee. So it's good. You know, I worked for the courts in the past. I worked for attorneys way back when, before I started doing this 12 years ago. I know how to get the workaround, how to save you guys money. So there's definitely some benefits in hiring me.